if y'all can do anything else, please make sure you hit the like button. When you hit the like button, the little thumbs up button, that helps push the word out about the projects that we talk about. This case, it'll be a WINGBITS and Bitharvest video. You hitting thumbs up when anybody searches for WINGBITS, searches for Bitharveststudio, these videos will pop up to help educate them and pass the word on of all the changes and the good things that are coming with these projects. I'm at 4,910 subscribers. My goal is to try to hit 5,000 by the end of the month. I got, what, 2 or 3 days left to get that done. So share this if y'all can. Hit the subscribe button if y'all haven't yet. We have a lot of videos coming up. We're getting ready for the bull market. Thank y'all very much, and here's the video. Welcome back to another video. Well, I had to come up with a backup plan. I was supposed to do my AMA today with Fluffy. I know some of y'all have come from the Helium groups and the original D-Fly group and stuff, so a lot of y'all know Fluffy or David. And I wanted to do my first AMA for those who have missed any of my previous videos. I've never did one before. Y'all know I'm struggling with this video producing and stuff like that, so he agreed to help me to kind of do a AMA more just like a practice type run, produce it. And for some of y'all who have been friends with him in the past, catch up with him, see what he's been doing and stuff like that. But the city of Houston strikes again, and he's having power issues where he stays at, and he has 85 volts coming out of his wall receptacles that's supposed to be putting out 110. So it looks like we're scratching that unless he can come up with a miracle in the next 30 minutes. So the video I had planned for tomorrow, I'm going to do today. And this is going to be a WINGBITS. Y'all know I'm still high on WINGBITS. We got a lot of stuff moving. And they came out with an AMA yesterday. Yesterday. And I thought I'd go over just a couple of things of what, for those who don't want to sit there and go through, I think, hour-long AMA. So y'all can go through a 45-minute video with me, but I'm just joking because I'm trying to learn my lesson, trying not to rant too much. I do have a rant at the end, but, you know, that's only if you stay here long enough to enjoy my rants. So let's go over a couple of things of what WINGBITS has covered and some things that have changed that I think they're, you know, improving on, listening to people's advice, input, and different things like that. And let's get to it. Guys, you know, I'm going to tell you the same thing I always tell you. If you're not into the WINGBITS Discord, make sure you get in there. They also are on Twitter, X, and we do talk about them a good bit in our Facebook group. I have a link to the Facebook group about all kinds of DPIN projects and stuff like that. Share what you're doing with us. You know, some people might be interested in joining other projects, and you might learn about some. So you can jump in our Facebook group also. Make sure you're in this WINGBITS Discord. The first thing I want to say is, for those who have not gotten a form if you have purchased a WINGBITS Hex already with the old system, the way it was, if you go into the announcements page, you can download the Docs Google form right here, and you can simply state if you want a refund for your Hex you purchase, or if you want 110%, unless you are an early alpha member, that's 150% value of the token when it gets released. Not financial advice. Do your own research. You figure it out on your own. I'm going for the coin release, and what you do is yours, but I wanted to make sure everybody knows about this form so they can get their refunds if they wish. I think there's a certain date coming up. It might be tomorrow. Don't quote me on that, but you have until there's a certain date right here, maybe February 29th, to get that filled out or to get your device online. If you bought a Hex and you did not get that device online by the 29th, you're automatically getting a refund. So make sure you catch up on all that stuff. Big shout out to Big Maxi. Y'all know I've mentioned him before on my channel. He is a guru when it comes to figuring out some of the stuff on some of the Ubuntu, Debian problems and stuff like that. And he's a guru on that kind of stuff. And I've leaned on him many times. He's also the one that told me about Tailscale. I mentioned that in my Tailscale video, on the how-to video, that he's the one that can finally convince my hard-headedness to deal with it. I don't know how I've lived without it. But big shout out to Big Maxi, who has been made a moderator of the WINGBITS Discord. And he's a very helpful guy that if you have any kind of issues, not, you know, reading SDRs or anything like that, or some kind of error that you can't figure out, he's very good at it. Even though I'm gonna go over the Clip Notes version, I'm sure there's something I'm missing, but these are some of the bigger things I picked up on. But you can go into their YouTube section and you can find their videos of their latest AMA when they're discussing, some of the new changes and stuff like that. So make sure you go check that out. So, if you have an hour and you don't have to watch all this at one time, you can also split this up. I watched them on my way to work and when I was at home, and I was actually caught about half of it live. So I was able to ask a couple of questions. I actually got asked a question or two. But these guys are doing these AMAs, and I hate to sound like a broken record. I'm not trying to throw shade, but I am. I've told y'all this before. These AMAs, especially putting their face on video, you have their real names. You can verify with LinkedIn's, different things like that. These projects, and this goes for like some of the other ones, Silencio that I'm in, NATIX that I'm in. These projects have done AMAs where you're seeing these people who are in charge of the project, and they're putting their face, answering questions, and doing several of them. To me, that's a big thing. And, we always say do your own research. And here, part of that research is being able to dox a project. And yes, it doesn't 100% mean it's 100% legit, but it's one of the tools that we could use to legitimize a project. All right, so for those who don't want to sit through an hour and a half, I got a couple of bullet points that I'll go over real quick. One thing is you'll notice that there's the word beta now, since there was a lot of people in the Discord asking about, rewards and what's going on, where's it at? Is it test net? Is it alpha? Is it main net? Whatever. So they figured by putting this WINGBITS beta right here, there's no doubt in anybody's mind that anybody who comes and visits understands that WINGBITS is still in beta. When you come in and you hit on docs, this has been updated now for the changes that have been made to rewards and stuff like that. So when you click on how rewards work, it is now updated with the new way they're planning on doing it. We've talked about that in the previous videos. I don't want to take time to do that right now since I want to keep this video shorter than normal. So now when you log into WINGBITS, first thing you'll notice is that now there is a copy button. So you can press this copy button right here. And when you run this script, the first thing it's going to ask you is, what's your antenna ID? Now, instead of you having to try to copy and paste it yourself, instead of you having to try to type that out, and my fat fingers have typed them out before, I would see, when my device is offline, I'm like, I know it's working. I see TAR 1090 screen, and I think it was Axial. One of them told me, go back and check. I have a script that I've shared where you can check your name of your antenna. And sure enough, I'd spelled butterfly wrong with no L in it or something like that, or added a letter. And now you can press this, this copy button that's right here and copy that in. Also, what's new is when you run this install script, before you had to know the script on how to add location. Now it's supposed to ask you for location. I'm gonna tell you, I have not installed one. You'll see I got a couple up here spread around South Louisiana. I haven't had the need for one. And I haven't ran a true, I call it a raw install, because I've told y'all before, any miners or any devices that I'm putting online now from about 2-3 weeks ago in the future, I'm putting Bitharvest on it. Bitharvest already has this script in there. So you're just giving them the information on, what the name is and GPS or whatever like that. And that's all gonna be automated in the future too by Bitharvest. But they're adding all this for you. So when you get your device online, or you get into your device after they've installed, Bitharvest has installed everything, your WINGBITS is running, your Helium's running. If you have Crank on it, you might have to do the Crank install on it. But I'm not gonna get into the whole Bitharvest thing. I'm staying with WINGBITS right now. So next thing is, this has been out for about maybe a week or two, but this is kind of like bragging rights type of thing. And when you click on 30 days right here, it's color coded. So you could see that one of my stations, so, it's blue. So you match up blue to whatever name it is, Faithful Tortilla Alpaca. And when you put your mouse over it, you can see it shows you which one it is. So I had it down in the beginning and got it fixed. Actually, I had to do a reinstall on the device I had. Actually, this is one with Bitharvest on it. So the couple of days it was down before that, it was just a helium miner. And then I put Bitharvest on it and was able to add as this antenna. So, but you can see I got 952 million data points. And 7 days, you can see what I'm doing for the week. 274,000, 275,000. I'm sorry, 275 million. But you can see that. So that's a cool little thing just for bragging rights. So you kind of know what each antenna is doing each day. You know, you can kind of see that. So again, if you hover over, it'll show you exactly what that one's doing. If you put your little mouse on it, you can see, like, here's Faithful Tortilla Alpaca doing 8,340,690. So that's a cool little thing. So another thing is they've added some dark mode changes, lighter planes with different colors in some spots, like antennas page, hex link text, and they got pushed out along with the new participation in radar rewards models. One new thing I really like is that they have started with notifications. You get an email now if your device has been offline for like 24 hours, which somebody like me who's got 7 to 8 of them, and the way I'm running around all the time with between work and this stuff and other things, I don't have time to go into my dashboard every day to check the antenna status to see if it's online, offline, or whatever. So they will send you, as long as that email is correct, they will send you a notification. They also remind you that you should have received an email from them about if you want your refund in fiat or tokens or whatever like that, and your deadline's the 29th. And lastly, one of the other things that they also implemented was kind of a reward system based on how often you're online or offline. So this kind of explains it. This is in those docs that I showed you in the beginning. And basically, you're going to start at 75%, and each day you're online, it'll add one. So the next day you'll go 76. So within about 25 days, a little bit less than a month, you should be at 100% rewards for that hex that you're in, for that reward. If you are offline any of those days, you might go up to 85, 86, 87. And then if you're offline for a day, you're going to go drop back down. This is kind of similar to what Sword Chain Modus is doing. If you notice, every time it tries to do a challenge and it's successful, your percentage goes up. And I think you started at, I don't know, 50, 60, 70%. I can't remember. And eventually, like now, I'm at 100. So this is kind of the same thing. And again, that's going to be basis on your reward formula as percentage. So again, you can go through this and see the different things that are going on with WINGBITS. Like I said, if y'all want to cover, if y'all want to check out the AMA, check it out. They do discuss one of the hot topics and questions that a lot of people are asking, especially other projects trying to throw shade, is, how are you going to be, how does WINGBITS expect to be compensated for this project and what they're selling? And they actually go into pretty good detail and explain some things that I didn't even know about the current. It's not as free as everybody thinks it is. These companies, even though they're free, like FlightAware or these different ones like that, they're getting it free from volunteers and that kind of stuff like that, but the API is not free, and just different things like that. And if you're curious to get that question answered, but I will tell you that is one of the questions just for my AMA. I do have an AMA with WINGBITS that they've agreed to do. I was hoping to get that scheduled once I get the one done with Fluffy, so I know exactly what I'm doing. And, I'll be honest with you, these guys know I'm new, know I'm an amateur at this, and they've said already, look, don't sweat it, and we know you can try to put out the best you can, and don't worry about it. We just want to get the information out there. But me personally, I feel that I don't want to throw, any kind of, I don't want to make WINGBITS look bad to the new person that comes and sees that AMA for the first time and sees me being very amateur and very low production value and think any, lower on WINGBITS because of that. So I feel I have to do a proper service to them, if that makes sense. So that's why I want to do my own little AMA first with Fluffy, just to get all the kinks and stuff worked out. Once I know I got that worked out, I'll have to, I'll be using a new program, and I just want to get all that tested out first. And then once I know I got that and got the hang of that, I'll go ahead and schedule a thing with WINGBITS, get them on here. And again, I'm throwing, a little hint out there. I want to do one with bhst too, with Bitharvest, because I want them guys to come on here and kind of explain to people also. And I'm gonna touch on that real quick. I wanted to address this. I'm gonna address it now because even though some people shouldn't, or WINGBITS will say they're not in partnership. To me, in my mind, I'm putting WINGBITS and Bitharvest. And if anybody asks me in my YouTube videos or on Facebook or on Discord or anything, I am lumping them together. They're not a project working together, so to say, like they're not the same project, the same people involved. But I've said it before 1,000 times. Every device from this point on, if I have to go and put a WINGBITS device out because I found a buddy in Mississippi that wants to allow me to put something up there, I'm not just putting a Pi running Ubuntu or Raspberry Pi or whatever it is. I'm putting Bitharvest on it so I can possibly multi-mine. Saying that, this is the part I want to clear up. I see the same question asked over and over. Hey, look, and people don't know this is not me ranting or being upset. This is just education. I see it being asked on Facebook. I see it being asked on Twitter. I see it being asked on Discord about how much profit I'm going to make. What's my ROI on Bitharvest and that kind of stuff like that? What kind of money can you make from this? And Bitharvest is not a mining device, so to say. What it is you're putting Bitharvest firmware on your device, and then you can run these projects all on one device. So the only way you know if you're gonna make profit is if your helium miner, which is running on Bitharvest, and your helium miner set up right, and if it's making profit now, it'll make profit with Bitharvest. Same thing with WINGBITS. We don't know what the profit's gonna be on WINGBITS or anything like that, but you're gonna have WINGBITS running. If you're into crank, I'm not, but if you're into crank, if your crank's making profit now, then it should make profit with this. But basically what it is like right now, unless you kind of really know what you're doing, right now, somebody like me who doesn't know what I'm doing, if I want to run crank, helium, WINGBITS, I have to run 3 devices at one host location, 3 boxes, 3 internet connections. Where with this, I can run all that on one Pi. And that's what it is. You're paying the money for the convenience of going to their dashboard, which is cool as hell, because from that dashboard, I can click on WINGBITS and check my TAR 1090 from that. I can click on helium, check my Explorer on helium, go to crank. I'm not familiar with crank, but you can press crank. Things 1X, if they can ever come back, if they ever start on board in the United States, I'm going to join that. And you'll be able to manage it. You're managing all these projects from one location. And for the price that they want to charge, to me, I'm making that right now in helium. Again, not financial advice. That's just me. It's worth it for my sanity and not have to worry about 3 devices, 4 devices at a location. That's what the beauty of this project is. I had somebody reach out to me and says, I can't understand how you're saying I downloaded Bitharvest and I can't understand why, you think this is making my life easier. Because I said that it's gonna make your life easier. How is it not? Right now, if you want to check your WINGBITS, you have to log into that SSH into it, whatever. If you want to check on your helium, you have to log into a separate helium, whether it's Explorer, use a Mokin or one of those guys like that. If you want to check on your crank, you got to then go into a crank dashboard somewhere else. With this software, the screen you see right then and there, I've showed y'all mine, and you're managing and checking all that stuff from one screen, one login. For the price they're charging, it's like $35 right now for the Pioneer, or the whatever it is, the original, you know, the version they're doing right now. And then eventually it's going to be like $17 or $18, $19, I think, for it if you want to manage it yourself. And then if you want them to manage it, it's going to be another, I don't know, $15, $20, $30 a year or something like that. Come on. It's, don't quote me them prices, get the prices from the website. But either way, for my sanity, especially me, y'all saw on the other screen how many antennas I got. You know, I have 6 or 7 antennas, but not only that, but you saw the original screen, that's my buddy's, and I'm helping him. He pays for everything he had to pay. Back then he had to pay for the hexes, he had some helium miners, and he pays for everything, and I just help manage it for him. And you know, then I got 1 or 2 family members that have 1 or 2 WINGBITS stations and stuff like that. If you don't think I'm losing my mind trying to manage all that, and then if they have a helium device with that also, luckily they haven't gotten to any kind of crank or anything like that yet, but trust me, this will make it way easier to have to navigate all that. All right, and y'all know, maybe I need to do a new segment of all my videos for my daily rant. We want people to take crypto seriously. And look, I'm not saying that I'm for or against Trump, or I am against Biden, not against Biden or anything. That has nothing to do with this. But when we have tokens called Baby Trump, and you're watching what they're doing, and it's just, it's, how do you expect people to take crypto seriously? Do we really think Baby Trump's going to be the next meme coin or whatever it's going to be? And when it gets dumped, not financial advice, I have no idea about it. I don't know what's going on with it. I just happen to be in Twitter and I see a couple of people, you know, schmoozing this out. And there's many other coins just like this. But I guess I'm about trying to get crypto out to the masses and trying to get people who don't believe in crypto, don't know about crypto, and trying to take it seriously. We have a great bull market. Like, I watched a video last night talking about, you know, 4 years of a cycle, and you know, the bear market and the accumulation market we're in right now, and with the halving, and then next year should be a great bull market. And the way it's going up right now, I just got a feeling it's going to be a great bull market. I still think it's going to be a little bit of dip, but I ain't going into that. We're going to have more eyes on us than ever before in the crypto world. And when we keep seeing stuff like this, Baby Trump, and if you ever go to, you know, if you ever want to go to Bird Eye, which is the Solana Explorer, and look at some of these, you know, click on newly listed and just see some of the names of these coins that have been created. I think every other day is a new Nokia Soul coin, but you know, Pepe L2 and Satoshi Web, and I know 90% of these coins, 99% of these coins ain't going nowhere. I understand that, but and look, y'all knew WIF was one of my degen trades in Christmas, and 60 cents. Come on, man. My paper hands, man. You know, I made profit on WIF. I gotta say that. I know I'm getting off key, but yeah, y'all know I start looking through this stuff and I get completely blindsided. But 68 cents. Let me see. Yeah, man. Hey, I made some profit on WIF. Y'all know that paid for I forget what I even bought with it. I had it in a video. I made profit. I made a good amount of profit on WIF. I bought it at 20 something cents or something like that, and I made some good profit off of it. Miro, not so much. Honk was horrible call, but that's why it's a degen trade. But man, you know, how are you supposed to know? WIF, dog, WIF, hat. I have to say though, it was on this YouTube channel. If I had to make a call on my first ever degen trade of the week, if y'all saw that, couldn't have picked a better coin. Couldn't have picked a better coin. 20 something. I think it was 20 something cents. At one point it went down to like 16, 15 cents or something like that. That's what it was. You know, Christmas, I came out with that video. I think it was Christmas Eve, day before Christmas. I was in New Orleans. saw that going on. I had my little crypto ho Christmas shirt on and stuff like that, spreading the good word about crypto, and bought into it. And then I was buying it down here again also. I don't know what made me buy more of it. And then, you know, eventually this big wick right here is killing the, but, you know, and it came back up, and I sold it somewhere around 40 something cents. Then I had a buddy tell me, man, Fluffy, actually, that I talked Fluffy into getting into WIF, and then he made fun of me when it was going down to 9 cents. And, but like you said, for every whiff, you know, you strike out more times than not. And when you have a little bit of extra cheddar, I bought it. And then I also bought some Miro because I was trying to do a little degen trade of the week. I bombed with Miro, bombed with Honk. I'm not embarrassed to say it. And that's why they degen traded of the week. And I told people, do not do this. Just watch me do it. And I said that. And, you know, then I got so busy. I'm like, I ain't got time to mess with those degen trades of the week. But it is what it is. So in closing, make sure y'all check out my Twitter X account at GrumpyDad56. I got my followers going up. I appreciate every one of y'all who's trying to help me out with this. I just wish I had a little more time to check things out and put some more stuff on it, but a lot of stuff going on, but I'm hoping that calms down soon. Make sure you're in our Facebook group, DPIN and other passive income and crypto ADSB projects. Hey, the title ain't that flashy, but I had to get it off of what it was used to be called, since we don't speak of that project no more. And at the time, I'm like, hey, why not? We can always tune it later. But that's what it's called now if you want to search it up and join the group. It's got some questions to ask just to make sure we don't have any, I got one new member right now waiting to get approved. But y'all jump in that too. And there's a lot of, you know, people talking there, talking about other projects they're doing right now, sharing what they're doing. You come in there, you can share what you're doing, and maybe some other people would join it and, you know, get in that. Closing, thank y'all for who made it this far. I keep saying I'm gonna start doing shorter videos, and it just seems like I just can't make that. One day there'll be some shorter videos. But make sure y'all like this video, please. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure you tell your friends about it and stuff like that. And thank y'all, and hopefully we'll get some of these AMAs done that we talking about. Should be 3 of them. And stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate it. Thank y'all.